What up, guys? This is Jeff Hill with Hill Financial Group coming to you live today. Well, actually, no, I'm not live at all. I'm recording this. Anyway, so I'm launching Hill Financial Group, a wealth accumulation firm. I've had my practice now for, good guys, 8 years now. But again, I just recently started to get into the digital marketing side. And one of the main reasons why I did this is because I get questions a lot of times, just different frequently asked questions, my clients or friends or people who just know what profession I'm in. They're always asking me different questions on, hey Jeff, what's a good amount of life insurance for me to have? Or hey, I just got married. How important is mortgage protection? So this channel is going to be designed to educate you guys. Again, I love to have fun. If anybody knows me, I'm all about high energy. And this is a topic that a lot of times people are really nervous about talking about. Finances is something that we are really like hush. You never want to really tell people how much you have in your 401k, your bank account. And I get it. But at some point in time, you got to start talking about some of this stuff, right? See, most people have never actually met with an advisor, so they don't know. Sorry, I'm editing video and all this right now. Anyway, so most people have never met with an advisor, so don't really know what the conversation is supposed to look like. What do you need to have with that first appointment, or what questions to ask? And what happens is, because you haven't learned that, there's a big fear on how to get started with an advisor. And sometimes people's unpreparedness leads to indecisions, and you get to the point where you just steadily put this idea off and off and off, and then it becomes a bigger problem. It's kind of like people who need to lose weight. Sure, okay, I can always stand to lose a few pounds, but if there's a lot of health complications that come with weight gain, why wait until it gets to the point where it's a problem when you could have possibly prevented it? Well, it works the exact same way when it comes to retirement, right? Or any other kind of planning. You don't want to wait until you're 55, 60 and then get serious about planning, because you've lost out on so much time. So you will hear a lot of times, if you read online, it tells you just start somewhere. Start small, work your way up. And one of the things that, for the life of me, I'm always getting this, and people are saying, well, Jeff, listen, man, before I meet with you, I need to get some of my finances and stuff situated. I need to get some stuff paid off before I sit down with you. And in theory, in their mind, that sounds like it makes perfect sense. But think about it like this. If you were going to church, or you invite somebody out to church, and they were like, well, listen, man, I don't need to come to church yet. I still sin. Let me clean my life up. Let me get right with God, and then I'll come to church. You would look at them like they were crazy, right? Well, that's how I feel when people tell me, no, Jeff, I can't meet with you yet because I got stuff that I'm working on. That's the whole point, guys. Because again, when you meet with myself or any other kind of advisor, there are going to be things that we're familiar with that you might not necessarily be in the same position of the knowledge yet, right? And here's one thing that you'll often hear me say. If you talk to 100 different advisors, you're going to have 100 different plans, okay? There's not necessarily just one cookie cutter way to do planning, right? There's many different ways to make that happen. But again, it's, are you comfortable with that person? Are you comfortable with what they're teaching you? Are you able to ask and engage in questions and then get the answers that you want, right? And again, there's nothing against, any other advisor out there. I'm not one to just bash individual people like that. Are there some philosophies out there that I fundamentally disagree with? Yes, fundamentally, scientifically, mathematically, economically, I disagree with some models out there. I think some of them don't really prepare you for the future. Anyway, so I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to kind of be more of a informal introduction to Hill Financial Group, a wealth accumulation firm. And guys, on this journey, we're going to be talking about a lot. I'm going to be talking about some regular financial planning principles. And my apologies, I do talk fast. I like it. I don't know. I came from the country, and it was one of those things where as a child, I didn't want to be labeled as somebody from the country, if that makes sense. Because again, I didn't want to be stereotyped. And one of the things you think about when people are countries, people who talk real slow, man, they got a real long draw like that. I didn't want to be that person. But I guess the more I started to travel, and the more I just started developing into my personality, I was just this high energetic person, especially something I'm really passionate about. But again, I'll work on that. Again, this little pen here, I am a Toastmaster. That's one of the things that I'm always having my evaluator to look for is, how fast am I talking. So if I'm cognizant, if I'm mindful, I'll be working on trying to slow that down to deliver the message, because I don't want you guys to miss anything that I'm saying. I want these videos to be something you can continue to go back and watch and watch and watch over and over again, because especially when we get some of the advanced techniques of building wealth, it's gonna be different, because it's gonna be some things that probably nobody's ever talked to you before. And again, I expect the criticisms to come, because I'm gonna be talking about some things that are typically not geared toward the everyday average person. You know, mutual funds, 401ks, IRAs, that's cool. Okay, we'll be talking about that stuff as well. But again, I'm also going to be talking about some things that you guys might not be as familiar with. A lot of cash value life insurance, infinite banking, bank a whole lot. There's a lot of different conversations about it. And again, I want to try to bring stuff that's relevant to you guys and a bit of the future. So throughout this journey, you will be hearing me talking about something called the 3 pillars of wealth. Now, are there more than 3 pillars? You can have 10, 15, 100. Good gosh, my camera's moving. Anyway, you can have more than 1 pillar of wealth. I'm only going to be focusing on a handful of them, right? And again, there's a reason why. Once you kind of look at the base of that, then we can add in some of the kind of sexy stuff that you hear outside in the world or whatever. But the biggest thing is I want you to have a solid foundation before we move into some of the advanced techniques. So that's it. You see my camera's acting up. It's okay. Again, since all this stuff is being done right now, I'll work on getting the stands and all the clips that I need to make sure you get this. But again, don't worry so much about the mechanics. If I move, the camera falls, it happens, whatever. It's not supposed to be perfect. But more than anything, really pay attention to the content, guys, because that's what I want you to focus on. So until next time, I will sign off with this. Here at Hill Financial Group, we are not tax or legal professionals. So again, when I talk about tax or legal type stuff, it's for education and information only. Please consult with your own tax professional, as again, your situation is probably going to be really unique to somebody else's. So I'll talk about it from a general standpoint, and maybe we get into some case studies. I'll talk about this particular person and their situation, but not necessarily yours individually. Yeah, that's it. I'll end it right there, guys, and I look forward to building a relationship with you over time. Hey guys, real quick, before you go, I almost forgot, my apologies. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Like, share, comment. Again, I want definitely some of your feedback for sure. But yeah, definitely go ahead and share. I'm not sure where the button is going to pop up, but somewhere around here. But just go ahead and make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So